The Adventure of Little Beartail. Have you ever wondered what it's like to be a little bear in a vast jungle? Little Beartail was just such a bear. He loved playing among the trees, swinging on vines, and discovering new corners of the jungle. However, Little Bear had a certain problem. When things didn't go his way, he would get very angry and sometimes hit other animals. His friends began to fear him, and Little Bear felt increasingly lonely. Wise Owl. One day, as Little Bear sat sadly under a great tree, Wise Owl approached him. "Why are you so sad, Little Bear?" she asked. Little Bear told her about his problems. Owl pondered and said, "You know, there is a magical place in the jungle where you can learn how to control your anger. But you must embark on an adventure to find it." Little Beartail decided to set off on this extraordinary journey. He wandered through the dense jungle, meeting various animals. Each had valuable advice for him. Monkey shared with him a technique of deep breathing to calm down during difficult moments. Elephant taught him how to count to 10 before reacting to something that upset him. The most challenging trial, however, was confronting Tiger. Tiger was the biggest and strongest animal in the jungle. When Little Bear met him on his path, he felt his heart beating faster. "Why are you here, Little Bear?" Tiger asked. Little Bear told him about his mission. Tiger smiled and said, "Strength isn't about how hard you can hit, but about how well you can control your anger." Finally, Little Bear reached the magical lake that Owl had spoken of. The water in the lake was crystal clear and had extraordinary properties. When Little Bear dipped his paws in it, he felt his anger begin to dissolve. He realized that to be a good friend, he must learn to control his emotions. When Little Bear returned to his friends, they noticed something had changed. He was calmer and more patient. When something upset him, instead of hitting others, he took a deep breath and counted to 10. His friends stopped being afraid of him and started playing with him again. Little Beartail learned an important lesson. He understood that controlling his anger and being kind to others meant having more friends and being happier. Now, when something makes him angry, he remembers the advice of Monkey, Elephant, and Tiger, and the magical lake that helped him find peace. Have you ever felt like Little Bear? What do you do when you're angry? Can you take a deep breath and count to 10? Maybe it's worth trying, just like Little Beartail, to be calm and kind to your friends. And so ends the adventure of Little Beartail. The little bear learned how to deal with his anger and became a better friend, and the jungle was once again full of laughter and play. Are you ready for your own adventure to learn how to be calm and kind? Perhaps one day you will meet Wise Owl, who will show you the way to the magical lake in your heart.